Okay, for our aviation report, I give you our aviation enthusiast. He is Richard Kaplan.
Thank you, Howie. This week I'm doing the top 10 U.S. airlines in the United States, and the top 5 was a very big surprise. In fact, I was rather surprised at what's number 1. Let's kick things off at number 9. Number 9 is Hawaiian Airlines. And the reason that Hawaiian's number 9, Howie, is because they don't have a very extensive route network. The furthest that they fly in our area is to New York, to Hawaii. They do Honolulu to Sydney, they do Honolulu to Vegas, Honolulu to Seattle, Honolulu to Los Angeles, Honolulu to San Francisco, then inter-island flights. So they don't have a very extensive route network. At number 8 is an airline that's going to surprise you because you would think they'd be much higher in the list. I thought for certain they'd be much higher, but they're not, and I'll explain why. Number 8 is JetBlue.
Wow.
JetBlue is number 8 because of the fact of their on-time performance. They haven't been on-time reliable like they normally are. Part of the reason is they're sowing their oats with their new Mint class service of A321s to Los Angeles, as well as to Fort Lauderdale, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and San Francisco. So that struck me as a very big surprise. Number 7 will surprise my friend Mayor because he flew them, in fact, Spirit Airlines.
I hate them.
I don't blame you. A lot of people don't like Spirit because of the fact they charge for baggage and because of the fact that their route network really isn't that extensive. At number 6 is a big surprise because I thought they'd be higher in the list. American. American Airlines is number 6 because they are recently they merged with US Airways, Howie, and with that merger came an extensive new campaign for transatlantic travel out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So Charlotte is becoming a big hub for them as far as transatlantic, with flights from Charlotte to London and I believe Charlotte to Frankfurt with the A330s that they acquired. So that's a very big deal for them. Now we break into the top 5, and this is where I'm really excited because number 5 is an airline that's near and dear to my heart. I love them. I haven't flown them yet, but I'm looking forward to it. My sister's a very big fan of them because she loves their tails. Frontier Airlines. Frontier recently set up what's going to be a mini hub out of Islip. And they're going head-to-head with Southwest, which is no easy task. Southwest dominates a lot of their routes. So I applaud Frontier. I really look forward to seeing what the future is going to bring for them with Islip. And I look forward to seeing what the future is going to bring with them as far as flights go out of Islip. At number 4 is another big surprise because you would have thought they'd be higher, but then again, with all the bad press they've had, the recent dog death on that flight from Houston, Texas to LaGuardia, United. United is currently in the process of saturating the Far East out of Newark. United operates an extensive hub network out of both Newark, New Jersey and Washington, D.C. So United isn't that big a surprise, as is the number 3 airline. Number 3 is Delta. Delta is in the process of acquiring new A350s and with that expanding route networks. They currently operate a long-haul flight with a technical refuel, I believe it's either Los Angeles or Honolulu, but it's Los Angeles, it's actually Atlanta to Sydney, Australia, which is pretty big. So for Delta, that's a big shot in the arm. At number 2 is an airline that's very near and dear to my sister. I know deep down, my sister from another mister, as I call her, my best friend Jules, she loves this airline, Southwest. Southwest has dominated Islip. They dominate pretty much everywhere they go. They have an extensive route network. They just announced they're going to go to Hawaii, and they're also looking into possibly going to Mexico. So Southwest is a huge shot in the arm to Islip when they came in, and they have been a revenue provider to the town of Islip ever since. And at number 1, Howie, is the biggest shocker of all. I saved the best for last. Number 1 Alaska Airlines. Now you're probably wondering, how did Alaska Airlines become #1, trumping airlines like Delta and United? The answer is they bought Virgin America. And when they bought Virgin America, they bought an extensive network into the West Coast. And the West Coast is now dominated by Alaska. If you go to airports like Los Angeles or Seattle, all you really notice is Alaska Airlines jets. They have a hub out of John F. Kennedy Airport. They have a small hub out of LaGuardia now. So it's a very big deal when you absorb another airline, because it allows you to expand your route network. It allows you to enter into cities that you otherwise would normally not go into. So this is a very big deal, and I'm very excited for next week, because next week we're going to go over the world top 10 airlines. And that's going to be huge, Howie.
You know, what's fascinating about that report is that I think if we did a man on the street interview and we interviewed 500 people, not one person would say Woody is the #1 ranked domestic flight. Not one person, I guarantee, would say Alaskan Airlines. Would you agree to that? Not one person.
Absolutely, Howie. And I think that what's really interesting about Alaska is their on-time reliability. You could set your watch to them. They are on time all the time. I do aviation photography, and I photo a lot of the flights out of JFK. And I'm very proud of Alaska, because when Alaska says that they're scheduled to depart, say, at like 3:10, their wheels up at 3:10. They don't waste time. They don't. Usually they're out even earlier than that sometimes. I mean, it's rare that you ever see them delayed unless it's weather related. So I'm very proud of Alaska, and I wish them all the very best of luck.
Great job on Alaska Airlines in the top 10, Rich Kaplan.